Hey guys, it's Lindsay here, and I'm here with Sterling.
Hey.
We are in her office today, and I'm coming to you live. Well, first of all, Happy New Year. It's 2017, so it's time to start the new year off right. Those of you that came in this morning, we had a great conversation, and I met with a lot of you guys about how to start the new year off right, and that it's time to set goals, but not only set goals, but actually achieve and attain them. So we're going to come live with Sterling today, and I actually met her over a year ago at a women's networking group. And actually, right away, fell in love with her idea and her concept and everything that she has. So we've been partnered up since then. And you guys know that if you're doing Raise the Bar, that you will be getting a 50% off of her book if you guys complete the Raise the Bar. So more encouragement for you guys to raise the bar. But I'm going to flip the camera to her and let her talk about her business, what she does, and how she's going to be able to help you guys change your life in a positive way, how you guys are going to be able to reach your goals in more steps than how I'm just doing it myself. So I see I have 2 people following now, so thanks for following. Give me some likes and some thumbs up. But if you guys have questions as we're going through it, I'm going to be on the other side of the camera. It'll be facing her. But if you guys have questions about anything that she's bringing up or saying, please make sure to post your questions. So I'm going to flip it over to her.
Hi, Lindsay. Thank you for this. I really appreciate it. I want to just talk a little bit about the Brain Trust Planner and about the process, the entire goal setting process. You know, it's so funny because we start the new year off and we're like, yay, you know, raring to go, and I'm going to do those magnificent things. But, you know, about a month later, 6 weeks later, we run into some stumbling blocks. So I'm going to give you some keys, how to overcome those stumbling blocks, how to keep your goals going, you know, even when it's really, you know, you're facing that wall. I'm going to give you some tips on overcoming that. And also, you know, if you check back later after we do this, I'm going to, I've asked Lindsay to post a free gift for everyone that you can use in terms of setting your goals. So one of the things that I do want to say is planning is great. I am a planner. I love to plan. But, you know, planning doesn't get you anywhere without action. And, you know, sometimes just busy doing things doesn't get you to the place that you want. You've got to do these things and do it efficiently. So I'm going to talk about a couple of key things that will help you to do things, you know, more efficiently. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is connecting with your values. So this is the time of year, I know I'm good for this too, but this is the time of year we want to lose weight and get in shape. And, you know, we may have set these goals multiple times, but the best way in terms of connecting with that is your core value. You know, why do you want to do these things? Why is it that you want to connect with a healthier body? What kind of thing is it that's driving you? And of those core values, I mean things like, is it that you are adventurous and you want to take hikes with your family? Is it that you are that you love warmth and connection and you want to be able to be in tip-top shape to connect better with the people that that you love or the people that are in your life? So once you identify those core values, and I do have a values listing in the Brain Trust Planner to help you to identify what those top core values are so that you can weave those into your goals and into your everyday life. It's when you live from that values-based perspective, it kind of gives you that extra oomph to kind of keep things going when you hit the wall, because you know you're not just doing it for the thing, you're actually doing it for your heart. You know, you're connecting, you're getting out of your head in a way and connecting to your heart. And then also, I want to talk to you about when you are just doing and setting your goals, you're writing them out. Many people use electronic devices. It's great. We've got wonderful apps. I know you're using one at Burn Bootcamp that's great and it'll get you there. You know, one of the things to help connect to that and to actually supplement that is writing. And it's kind of, writing's been kind of a lost art form. Lindsay and I were just talking about that today. And writing, though, there's something, you have to think about it first, you know, your brain fires, and then you actually use your muscle to write what it is that you're thinking. And that whole process, I know it kind of sounds a little nerdy, but that whole writing process actually helps you to increase your memory. It For some people, it could be a calming effect. It's good to do. So if you get an opportunity to write out your goals, and write out your goals in relationship to your values, so kind of pull in that value thing into your goals. So write that out, and that will help you to not just to remind you of what it is that you want, but to solidify it. So one of the things that we've done that I like to tell people to do is to think about like what your big picture goal is, that one thing that you want to accomplish that year. Think about that first, and then break it down every month to the little steps that you have to take to get that. Well, I call those milestones, and then the weekly steps that you have to do, because it's the little things that make all the difference. And so if you want to read a book, 2 books a month, that could be that every night you read 10 pages. And that'll get you to the 2 books a month. It's not that you just read 2 books a month. It's just you take these little baby steps, which get you to these milestones, which get you to your big picture goal. And so if you follow that formula, that helps get you there in a steady way, which isn't overwhelming. So in the Brain Trust Planner, there is space for you to do that, for you to write your big picture goals out, for you to write what your milestones are, and then what your weekly action steps are. This whole process takes about 5 minutes. It is not time intensive at all. So once you do that, and you do that month after month after month, it becomes part of you, and you just fall into it. It's just kind of a cool thing. And then one other thing I want to talk about, actually 2 other things I want to talk to you about that helps with success. And Lindsay, if anybody has any questions, just interrupt me.
Yeah.
But 2 things I want to talk about is visualization. So, I talked about setting the goals and then setting your goal from your heart. Then the next thing is visualizing it. And so researchers have talked about visualization and the power of visualization for a very long time. So what we end up doing is we think, okay, I'm going to visualize my goal. And at the end of the rainbow, you may see this, your pot of gold, or, whatever it is that you want. Successful visualization, researchers have gone back and they've looked at that, and they found that often when people visualize, it doesn't happen. So they started to ask why. And they looked at what makes the visualization process successful, because this is something athletes do all the time. And what they realized was it isn't just the end game, it's the steps along the way. So to have you to visualize, the steps along the way, and successfully doing the steps helps you to visualize the goal. It helps make it realistic, which then helps you to get what it is that you want. And all of this ties back in to what I was talking about in terms of, looking at your big picture goal, identifying your milestones, and all those little action steps. All that works together. And so visualizing what it is that you want, and then how you're going to get there, gets you there faster. It seems kind of counterintuitive that you spend this little time up front doing it, but it isn't. It works. It gets you to where you want to be. Just those extra few minutes that you need to do that. And then the final thing I want to talk about is, after you establish your goals, you break them down, you see where you're going, you tie them to your heart. That last thing, I tell you, and we all need it, is the buddy, accountability. It's so funny because, just having that extra friend to give you that pat on the back, and that's what I love about Burn Bootcamp, because Burn Bootcamp does that for you. It gives you that sense of accountability. You have that sense of community. If you're going to use as an accountability partner, your friend, or anything like that, if you need a structure, also in the Brain Trust Planner, we've got an accountability structure that you can use that will help you to identify those key things that you want to talk about to get you to the point where you want to be. So one of the things about the planner is I've got examples on everything on the page, and then there's blank pages that you can use. But this accountability system acts as a check-in for you, and it just helps you to kind of get to where you want to be and get to where you want to be quicker, and get to where you want to be with the buddy, which to me is really fun and something that you want to memorable, because nothing's better than accomplishing your goal, of course, but nothing's better when you're doing it with somebody that you really care about and both of you get there together. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you about that. And I want to tell you, if you've got any questions about it, give me a call, or look me up on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. The Brain Trust Planner is on Facebook. And my business is Your Space to Thrive. Your Space to Thrive works with women to help women, well, I just shouldn't limit it to women, but to help people to thrive in their life. And I'd be more than happy to answer any questions for you.
Do you want to show them a little bit more in that book?
Absolutely.
Just like a couple of things, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool. I mean, guys, everything. I know I'm on the other end, but I've looked through it several times, and it's just pretty awesome. All of the fine details that she shows, and like she said, all those small steps that it takes to get there. When you're going through those small steps, and like I tell you guys all the time, set those small goals in camp, hit your PRs, hit those small goals while you're there to attain the big goals outside of it. So this is just going to be a different way than what we do at the gym, but that way you guys can take things like this home. If you just want to kind of scroll through and show them a couple things.
So in the middle, section 3 of the book, there's a section called planning. And one of the things about the Brain Trust Planner that I really wanted for users to get was that it's just not about like our brain. We kind of think in two different ways. Some people are more creative and some people are more logical. I mean, we use our total brain, but some people just like numbers and some people like art and drawing. So there are sections in the Brain Trust Planner that allow for that. Now, one of the things that's really important about the Brain Trust Planner and to keep in mind is that you don't have to do everything. You just do the things in the planner that resonate best with you. So like I have a section here called One Bite at a Time, where if you like to draw out your goal or you want to do a mind map, you've got ample space to do that. There's your personal goals, which actually you're a section for your personal goals, and then there's a section for your career goals. And goals are really good when they tie into your like I said, they tie into your heart. And so this actually helps you to identify those things. And it's a personal thing. Like sometimes when you're going after something, I mean, I'm asking you some questions in here, like, does this really reflect not just yourself, but what your family and your environment wants to support you in? And, sometimes we're going for things and our family and our environment just isn't going to support it. And we need to identify that. And then once we do, we can, work to overcome that. And I'll give you a good example. Like if you've got, two small kids, and you're going back to school and working full time, you might not be able to juggle everything. I mean, because it might just be hard to do at the time. And that's okay, because if you know this and you can identify it, then what you do is you can put things in place and get the help that you need to overcome it so that you can do, the things that you want. So here's the big section, like how you turn your milestones into goals. So once you identify what those milestones are, it's a very simple process. We call it SMART goals, but essentially, and you don't have to remember this with the Brain Trust Planner, because I provide you a real simple tool so that you can plug it in. It's a grid. The work is done for you. You just plug in the number, plug in an action verb that you get, and you got your SMART goal. So, but that helps you to do that. And then there's trackers where, you have your goal, it gives you your milestones, and then your action steps. But the cool thing is that once a month, and I will show you this, once a month, you rewrite what your big picture goal is, what that milestone is, and how you're going to get there. And then you have a 2-page section here, ample space to record, your appointments, to track, the water that you drank, to track how many miles that you run that week, whatever you need, and notes on the side, and it allows you to do that. Now, one thing my planner does that no other planner out there does is it provides you with quarterly assessments. So I'm a big believer. And yeah, you got the end goal, you got that end game, you know what it is, but sometimes we mess up along the way, and that's okay. It's okay to have a setback. It is perfectly fine. Just get back on the horse and start again, and these quarterly assessments help you to identify that and then to get back onto the horse to get ready to do what you have to do. And listen, I've used this system. It takes literally 10 minutes a month to do. It is not labor intensive for you to do it all. I'm a big believer as I'm doing this. I totally believe. Look, this is not school. You do not have to write in complete sentences. If you got a verb and a noun, that's fine. Add a couple adjectives in there. It doesn't have you. It's not required that you write essays. What's really important is that you formulate the thought in your head and you identify what that thought is, and then you get the thought onto paper and you write it down. The neat thing about the Brain Trust Planner is that it is a year-long planner. There's lots of other tools in here to help you to plan for things. And also, just because I like to be fun, I've got coloring pages in here. There's a few adult coloring pages in here. If you like to plan, don't tell anybody. You shouldn't be in a meeting. Like, oh, I'm coloring. But there are adult coloring pages in here with, positive messages in there that you can plan. There's all kinds of things. So this really is a tool for you to use to help you get to where you want to be. One section in here, I've got all kinds of things, that you can look at. Ways in which you can refresh and grow is in here. I've got, here, this one's really cool. Like your ideal day, your actual day versus your ideal day. Now let me tell you, this is really good for teenagers. So to have them map out what their ideal day is and what their actual day is, and then how they're using the day. Often when we see these things, they're very linear. And the fact is that if you color it, it's amazing because you can actually look and you can see, okay, well, I'm spending way too much time, watching TV, or I'm spending way too much time doing these other things versus, exercising or eating healthy or taking a class or doing whatever you want, I'm a big believer in the fact that your day, everyone says, well, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and that's kind of not true. You can buy time, and by that I mean you can buy extra time. You can get people to help you to do something that's buying time, depending on your resources. So instead of looking at just a day, I've also allowed a week, because what that does is it actually helps you to look at your overall week. You may actually be able to buy extra time and put in your week by, if you've got a babysitter, that helps a lot. Also, getting someone to buy your groceries, or, for some of us, it could be, we're working and, we need an assistant, and you can actually even buy some extra time for that. So that allows you to get more of what you want to get done in that, in that period of time. In that week, tracking your time over a week will help you identify, ways in which you can kind of slip that in. That's kind of an extra.
No. That doesn't mean that you guys can send somebody else in for your workout.
Oh, no. Workouts is something you got to do.
You have to come yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, workouts is something you have to do yourself. You cannot send anybody in to do your own workout. Actually, you don't want to. You want to sweat. Yeah, you want to sweat and get rid of all that, all that. So
if anybody has any questions, y'all can either post now or post later on today. Obviously the video will be up. But I do want to thank Sterling for doing this video. You guys know how big I am on you reaching your goals, and that's one of the reasons that I partnered with her. So you can see as she was going through that book, every single thing in there relates to what we do. It holds you accountable. It helps you make small goals. It helps you set big goals. You color in if you come to Burn Bootcamp. You're able to get partners involved. You're able to help each other out. So that's one of the reasons that I partnered up with her, is because it is so like-minded, and it's going to help you guys be able to reach your goals. I try to provide as much as I can on my behalf, and I tell you that all the time, is I'm always standing halfway to help you guys. And I give, but at some point you guys have to take that step, towards me, and this is one way that you'll be able to do it. So please make sure to share this video with your friends, with your family, onto your Facebook page, so that they can see, ways to help reach their goals. But let's thank Sterling again for coming in, that we do truly appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions about her business, about the Brain Trust Planner or anything, please let me know. Know that you guys will be getting, like I said, that 50% off the Brain Trust Planner if you complete the Raise the Bar Challenge. So
that's right.
It is a great deal. I'll let you guys look at it one more time. So if you guys have questions, like I said, post below. Other than that, have a great day. Make sure to get in for your workout and start your year off right. So happy Monday, guys, and we'll see you later.